Hi, I'm David Cooper from ePianos and Whitney Bay Organs. I wanted to show you some possible alternatives for a church organ you might want to use in a chapel or a small church or a big church, because you can put it through bigger speakers. These are a couple of organs that are under £400. We've just had them through and they are excellent value for money because they're going to give you a lot of versatility, but a lot of presets. Now, when you're going to want to play in a chapel or a church, then primarily you want it to be as simple as possible. There's lots of buttons to change the sounds, but you can just use one row and it will give you a selection of presets that an organist visiting or someone coming to play on the organ there will be able to use without a lot of hardship of what sound to use and how to set it all up. So we have these two organs, which are both Orla GT8000s. There's two versions. If you look at the cabinet, this one's got the bass pedals separate underneath. Doesn't make a lot of difference, but that's it just means that it could be transported maybe a little bit easier because you could take the pedals separately. And then we do another version, which is a GT8000 as well, but this is called the cabinet version because it's all solid right down to the bottom. So the two organs are the same instrument essentially, but they're going to give you a really good alternative to an expensive church organ. And these are second-hand. They're a few years old, but they're perfect for a chapel or a church or somewhere where maybe it's if you want to practice at home and you're a church organist, but you want something to use while you're at home to practice before you go into the church for the services. So they both have two keyboards. They're both a 5-octave 61-note keyboard. They've got 13 bass pedals, so 1 octave of bass pedals, C to C. You get a swell pedal. You can take it out to bigger speakers, or you can plug in headphones and practice through small headphones where no one else will be able to listen to you practice. So you've got lots of versatility, and there are lots of voices in it. There's even drum rhythms, but the things I want to show you is how useful and how convenient they are for maybe using for rehearsing or for a use in a church or something. And that's because they've got these presets. These 8 buttons here double up to 16 with a A-B button, and they give you lots of different sounds, just ready to touch one button and it's ready to go. And these two have got the same, they just look at it a bit different. They've got the same facilities, but they've got a different look to them. So come a bit closer and I'll show you some of the voices and what they sound like. Okay, so we've come closer to the one which is the cabinet version, but they are the same to play. And what I want to show you is this section of buttons along here and this row. Now, this row includes one button called classical organ, and this gives me presets that set up the whole instrument for me. So classical organ, and then I've got these buttons along here that I can select from, and they give me different sounds that they've got. Solo reed, American reed organ, harmonium, chapel organ 1, 2 and 3. We've also got church organ 1, 2 and 3, cathedral organ, much bigger sounds, and then some gospel organs at the end. So we've got a selection that we can just go straight to and set up. If I start off with the church organ, got the big grand sound. We can use either keyboard as well. Let's go to number 2, church organ 2. Try number 3. Then we go to even grander sounds. We've got cathedral. Now let's go to the other batch. We've got the softer organ sound, so chapel organ. It says it on the screen. There's another one. And number 4 on here is called harmonium. So it's very easy just to flick through those sounds and have alternatives for different verses and different offertory and all the things you want to use it for. Now, we can also go to these drawbars. From the original sort of Hammond organ setup, this is a drawbars of different pipe footages. So what we can do, if we go to the flutes and just turn off the other section, we've now got these drawbars that give us different pipe sounds. So we've got a 16-foot pipe, 8-foot, 4-foot, 2-foot, and a 1-foot. So we get that big full sound, one note's playing all 5 pipes. And I've got in between pipes that play other notes that are discordant. So 5 1/3, much bigger sound. Quite nice just to get little simple ones. So just a 16 and a 2. Sixteen and 4. Two, 8. So we just get different combinations. Let's try the higher ones, get the brightness. And the same on our lower keyboard, we can bring in these drawbars. So we get different combinations of these flute sounds. So it's very easy to just adjust them when you're playing. So the other instrument's the same, but I will just show you. Come over here and we'll look at this one. This is the compact version with the loose bass pedals, compared to the other one where we had the solid bass pedals on a cabinet that goes right down to the ground. But we're still getting the 13 pedals, the volume swell pedal, and the option to go for bigger speakers or through headphones. But just the same that we've got the church organ button on here. We can go along to a sound that we want to use. Chapel organ 3. So these are both part exchanges, things we've taken in. They're both 5-octave double keyboard instruments with an octave of bass pedals, and we can arrange delivery for you. But they'd be ideal for a home use or for a chapel or a church, going through bigger speakers or just through their own is actually quite powerful. If you'd like more details, give us a call at Whitley Bay Organs or ePianos. Look at our website, ePianos.co.uk.